What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy BT, and today we've got some quick set locks here that we're going to use to replace all the locks on the doors. This particular kit comes with 2 locks, 2 deadbolts, and there are 4 sets of key here. So these sets of keys work for this lock. So if we have a second set of locks, we will have to rekey these locks to this key. So to do that, I picked up a quick set rekey lock. We're going to go through the process of how this works and how to rekey it. I've never done this before, so this is going to be a teaching moment for all of us. For the newer types of locks, you do have an option to purchase what's called a smart key. So for this particular lock here, it's pretty slick how it works, but you can see this little slot right here. That's what you use to rekey this particular lock. So in my case, I was getting a bunch of locks. I didn't want to have to pay individually for each one of these particular smart keys. So what we're going to do is we're going to also rekey these to the set of keys that we choose. This is the tool that we're going to use to do that. This is the key that it's currently using, and we are going to rekey this lock to the key that we're going to use for the first set of locks. All right, so let's go ahead and get this package open here. Now, Kwikset also sells this smart key rekey kit. It comes with 4 everyday keys and 2 alternate keys. You can see here the steps are pretty simple. You take your current key, you put it in the lock, you turn it, you put in the smart key tool hole, which is seen here in this pack or in this simple one they give you when you order a single one. You put it in there, you take that out, you put in the new key, you turn it, you take it out, it's rekeyed, it's done. So it's that simple to rekey. So we're gonna go ahead and test it out right now. All right, so here are the steps to rekey with the smart key. You take the current key, you put it in the lock, you turn it, you take the tool, you insert it here into this little spot there, you take it out, you take out the current key, you take your new key, put it in, turn it, and take it out. So now this lock is rekeyed to this key. That's pretty cool. That's pretty slick. So if you notice, if we take the old key and put it in here, it does nothing. It will not turn. That is pretty slick. That makes for a pretty quick and easy rekeying process. So those are the steps to rekey the smart key lock. Now that we've got that done, let's go ahead and go through the steps to rekey the old style lock with no smart key. All right, so in order to rekey using the old school method, what you have here is a key gauge. So I just picked up one of the set of keys that we won't be using, but to demonstrate how this works, you have what's called the shoulder. So this point right here is the shoulder, and then the first dip is going to be the first cut. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cuts. And what you want to do is slide the key through this tool and write down the numbers for each cut, and then that way you'll know what to rekey that lock to. So for the first cut, I'm going to slide this in here, and then you slide it down until the key stops. If it stops between 2 numbers, you take the number to the right. So in this case, this first cut is a 4. And then if we slide over to the second cut, that second cut looks like it's going to be a number 2. And you do that until you get the appropriate numbers. Again, there should be 5 of them, and then you go through the rekeying process. So let's see how to open up the lock so you can get to the cylinder. All right, so first step to rekey the locks, you take this piece off. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take this out right here. So what you do is you press down on this tab here. So before we pull it out, we're going to go ahead and just turn it down like so. You see that's facing down. We're going to push on this little tab here. Okay, you got to push down real hard there. Get that on, and then you can pull this out. So we set that to the side, and then next what you're going to do is you're going to push down on this little piece right here, and just make sure that it's straight, and then gently push forward. And that will release this cylinder here. So if you notice, make sure you pay attention to which way it went in. Okay, so pull that out. Now, the way that this went in, we're going to align the lock this way. And if you notice, this bottom section here, this little metal piece here, is facing down. If you look inside, you'll see those two tabs to the left. So we're going to put this way, put this to the side, remembering that this will go in this way, facing the bottom. All right, next up is to remove this clip here. So notice that the clip enters from this silver part first. So remember that when replacing it, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to wiggle it from this side, back and forth, rock it back and forth, till you get it about there, and then you can just pull it off and put that to the side. Now, very important, you grab this part of your kit and make sure that as you put the key in and you do a very slight turn with it, you're going to take this and you're going to slide this in after the cylinder. And what that's going to do is keep the springs in place for the top, which are in this section here. So we push that through. That's going to hold everything in place there nicely. We set that to the side. Now, if you notice here what happens when I insert this key. When I insert this key, if you notice, everything is sitting flush right here. So that's also another way if you do not have this tool here, you can play with the pins until you find the right ones that fit in here. But all we're going to do now is we're going to empty these out. So there are my pins right there. Emptied out all the pins. I'm going to put those to the side. Then we're going to grab our new key and insert it. So now remember, we took down the numbers of all of these cuts on the key. So when you insert this, when you put in your first number, it should sit flush with the cut. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, so we're going to drop in our last pin here. As you can see, this sits flush. So when we put this key in, it sits flush. So that looks perfect. And so now all we have to do then is to reinsert this into right there. Everything's in nice and clean. Take this out. Well, don't forget, we've got to put this back on. So the way we do that is we slide it in from this side here. Get that set in place. All right, it's locked in. Looking good. All right, so then now we grab our handle here. And again, if you notice those two tabs to the left, we know that this silver part is down. So we're going to go ahead, slide this back in, snap it in place. Then we're going to get this part right here. We're going to slide this down, lock that in place, and we should have successfully rekeyed the lock. So there it is, locked. And there it is, open. Fantastic. So that is how you get the locks rekeyed. All right, so now let's go ahead and jump into actually getting these installed on the doors. We got our new keys. We're ready to change out some locks. All right, so to change out these locks, there's two screws. You're going to take the screws out from this side. You're going to pull that out. There's going to be two screws here. We're going to take this out and get everything swapped out. Okay, so now that we have this out, so to get this out, just push on this, pull it out. All right, next up, we're going to take this out right here. Just kind of push it from the back, and that comes out of there. Okay, so we take our new part, and we go ahead and slide that in right there. Get your bag of screws, find the appropriate screws. All right, so we take our long screw, screw that in here. Okay, looking good there. So here's our door lock. We're gonna go ahead and insert that here. So push down on this, insert it. Now that we've got this side set, then we'll get this in place here. So align everything as needed. Okay, now that everything's aligned, go ahead back to your screw bag and get the appropriate screws to finish off the job. Okay, and the last piece is to replace this. Now for the smart key, there is some light assembly, but I'm telling you, this makes it a whole lot easier to deal with all together. So all you're gonna do is take this piece here with these tabs facing forward, slide them from the back. So then you're gonna take this piece there, align it here, and then all you have to do from the back side is just press it together till it snaps in place, and you've assembled the latch. The other nice thing about the smart key is that when you slide everything in from the back side, notice those little tabs there, you can simply twist and then set the lock in place. Makes it a lot easier than trying to fiddle and find those screw holes from the front. So this is a pretty nice design. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap for this video. You see the keys, we got the locks rekeyed, we showed you how to use the smart key. Pretty slick. I love it. It's very easy, it's nice, it's cool, it's innovative. It's finally nice to have one key for all the locks. You too can also do the rekeying. If you have any questions during the process, feel free to reach out. It's your boy BT. Thank you for checking out this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.